What's that?
You're getting that they didn't have me. Well, Alice with them.
Alice? Alice?
Who the fuck is Alice? Let me introduce you.
Have you got a license for that?
Fucking license! Fucking ninja grappling hook, man. You think I'm a fucking license? You're not wired the right way, mate. You're not fucking wired the right way. You're lacking in testosterone or something. Fucking ninja grappling hook. License! Fucking license! Here, now.
Wow, Henry, that's fucking ace, man. Monster!
Yeah, man. Gonna grapple me a bit.
You're gonna catch it with that? And then kill it? Are you gonna kill it?
I'll fucking have to.
You can't do that. It's cruelty to animals.
Who's gonna fucking stop me, you five?
I'll call the environmental agency. The police.
You mean the RSPCA?
Bring it on. Bring them all on. None of them can fucking stop me once I've got Alice swinging about.
You don't have to kill it though, Hen. We could catch it, couldn't we?
I suppose I don't have to kill it. But why are you bothered?
Well, because I'd like to catch it.
What for?
Just a little dream I have.
What, me man?
Your crazy ideas.
Yeah, go on then, Bob. You've got a captive audience for 3 hours.
First I have to find some evidence of the beast, obviously, and then we'll track it and then catch it.
How are you going to catch it?
I'd subdue it with a little bit of the old Aboriginal cattle trance.
What's that?
You know, the finger thing from Crocodile Dundee.
So the beast is subdued. Then what?
Well, then I'd tie it up and I'd put it in a cage, take it back to London and put it in my show.
What show would that be then, Bob?
The Marvellous Menagerie of Mythical Monsters.
The what? The marvellous what? Menagerie?
Marvellous Menagerie of Mythical Monsters.
What's that?
Like an old day show with the beast in a cage and people are paid to see the beast.
Surely that would be classed as cruelty to animals.
It'd be cruel to humans not to show them the beast. Okay, so the beast is just the start. First of all, I catch it, I put it in a show or two, and I use those shows, the money from it, to finance my trips around the globe, finding other giant beasts, massive birds, and super anaconda. Yeah, first of all, I reckon I'll go to the Far East, because that motherfucker, the Yeti, is going to be caught. He's evaded capture for centuries. All the greats have gone after him. Cook, Columbus, Livingstone, Khan, Shamali Tum-Tum, all of them. And then I reckon I'd go over to China, because there's the Yeren over there, this sort of man monkey. Then I'd hop over to Japan for Godzilla. You see, in North America, they have the fur-bearing trout, the hairiest fish known to man. Makes the hairy-handed crab look bald by comparison. And the fur-bearing trout is what the Sasquatch is rumoured to live on, is why the Sasquatch is so hairy, because of their diet is such a hairy fish. So if I can track the fur-bearing trout, then I should be able to find the Sasquatch. And if I can find the Sasquatch and make contact with the Sasquatch, speak to their leaders and what, then I should be able to find out how to summon Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Yeah, absolute giant, king of the Sasquatch. Seriously, he would be a lot of help later on in my adventures. Because after North America, it's South America, and whoo-wee, have they got some nasties down there.
Tell us about them, Bob.
I suppose the most infamous would be the Devil's Goat, a kind of cross between a vampire bat and a goat. It's been known to swoop into busy parks, pluck some child up from the ground, soar up into the sky and suck their body dry before letting the carcass fall back down to earth. But even the Devil's Goat is just the precursor for the ever more dangerous speckled tiger.
Oh, really? You mean Ayers Rock?
Ayers Rock is the white man's name for the Aboriginal god that once roamed the Central Australian deserts. But yes, Ayers Rock. Uluru. As a mentioned.
crazy adventure, man. I might have to join you for that one. Thank God you shut the fuck up about all that midnight.
Not even going to begin to tell you how fucking mad it all was. I am? What are you, mad or just plain Welsh? Godzilla? Trolls? There are no trolls in the Congo. Look, it's all made up children's stories. Godzilla's just a Japanese kid's story.
Don't try and tell me what Godzilla is or isn't. I know my stuff.
I can't believe you're saying that there are trolls in the Congo. You're such an absolute knob. Uluru? The fuck is Uluru? It's just a rock. You're talking like it's some kind of god. Anyway, what's the other thing you want about? Gorilla shark. You just put two animals together.
It's a real creature. It's a type of shark, a river shark. It's got well-pronounced fins that it can use to grip trees when there's a drought and the river gets low. No, in fact.
Bullshit. Utter fucking bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. And that's what gets me, Bob, about your complete lack of sanity. Is your lack of planning skills. I mean, you've travelled all over the world. You could have looked at any of the places in Britain. I mean, we've got the puma from Surrey, the famous Loch Ness monster, and the Canary Island dwarfs. Leprechauns from Ireland.
Don't be bloody stupid. Leprechauns aren't real. It's just a horror story made up to scare kids and amuse rappers.
Actually, they're Irish fairies, much like sprites or imps. Creatures of legend. Only they're slightly more creative and industrious than those. For example, cobbling.
What? You mean to tell me that there are little folk in Ireland that make shoes? Man, that would be worth watching, wouldn't it? Imagine that. A little ginger fella making a giant boot for a yeti.
Myths and legends.
Like the Beast of Bodmin.
Yeah, well, that's a modern myth, and yet to be proved. Much like other myths, like dragons and ghosts.
A modern myth?
Yes, you know, like weapons of mass destruction, Area 51,
Or the man-eating tree from Madagascar.
I suppose you're about to say that that's real too.
No, we've already looked into that. British naval ship landed back there centuries ago, checked it out, but it wasn't really man-eating, more just meat dissolving.
Nice.